Guns cocked and loaded.
Don't hog all the adrenochrome!
Troublemaker approaching. Hostile.
Yes, it is!
Trouble ahead.
Is it time for Adrena time yet? Because yes, it is. Who there?
Looks like a...
Fire, move!
Lay low, Commander. Heading toward us. Heading for you!
All the one you need to worry about.
Out of sight and on the way. Let's get you healed.
Error. Navigation systems offline. Unable to locate designated path. Greetings. This unit is unable to fulfill its programming. Are you able? This unit is unable to execute its programming due to tampering. Navigational and other systems have been compromised. This unit is now being used as a target, which is not among its designated functions. This unit must return to Matriarch's mercy. This unit is not programmed to respond to order prognostication. It is not a medical specialist. It is a specialized tool of medicine. Farewell.
I see an unfriendly source.
I'm dead without my Drina time.
Got my lamps on a hostile.
Turn around, I want to... What is...
Got my lamps on an
Commander, you're bleeding.
Can't we have to record this? Were the written orders really not enough? Boy, damn scrappers. Listen up, you, hard-working scrappers. Auntie's Choice needs you to bring scrap. Bring whole armloads to drop location 14C. 14C. You bring scrap, we give Adrena time. Very simple. Special. Bring us an order targeting system. Get lots of Adrena time. And remember, if any scrapper attacks us again, no Adrena time for anyone. 14C, scrap. Adrena time, no fighting, no violence. That's all. Hopefully even your rotting gray matter can comprehend this.
Ain't meaning to pick an old wound here, but I was looking at your memorial the other day. To your old crew, you clearly shown it some care. It's good of you.
Really? You don't think it's too, morbid? Someone more well-adjusted would have probably moved on.
You have, Mara. No mistake respecting your memory for wallowing. Everyone leaves an impression. Ain't no harm in saying so.
You aiming to get a little shrine yourself once you pass on?
Ain't something I care about, seeing as I'll be dead. So if you think I'm going anytime soon, you got another thing coming. I always planned on being the last one standing.
Another adequate day in paradise.
it.
Someone crosses me, I cross them off. I'm gonna have more fun today.
Grass itchy. Aggressor's name.
Up the fuck!
Get the water in, I'll take care of it, Commander.
Rest raring to go.
Need a better spot.
Got my lamps on an un...
Anybody got the time? The Adrena time? Time!
Coming up on some folks.
On your toe.
Take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Troublemaker approach.
Moving in to bring 'em!
I'm the one you need to worry about. I'm
Only 5 still!
That is what I call a stubborn clog in the old pipes. You're gonna have to hold it in, friend. Never fear. I'll get that clog moving soon enough. You mean... you want... But... don't get me wrong, it would be an honor. I'm just not sure that I'm ready for that kind of challenge. Well, always remember, good plumbing starts in the
This
mouth.
war cannot come to a conclusion soon enough.
I do not believe you have
Rations are
clearance to be
assigned
here.
Proximity to the latrines even more unbearable than is typical.
Halt! What is your destination? Leaving with that heading will bring you in direct contact with the forces of Auntie's choice.
I should do a study on how alcohol affects the temple.
That Manosaur was at least 4 meters tall. Now, probably...
I've had a conversation with our assigned seer about you. Move on, freelancer. I've been tasked with only treating enlisted personnel.
Wait.
I've repaired this area to the best of my ability. The other tasks are far more bothersome. Perhaps I should just start again. Surely I can have prepared better.
Impressive. Her personalized order prediction must have been quite favorable to inspire such confidence. Careful wandering the trenches there, stranger. Some bored initiates might become confrontational, just to have something to do.
Unknown personnel approaching. They don't appear to be hostile.
Halt! Access to that area of this trench line has been restricted to authorized personnel only. It isn't safe, given the rift activity.
Attention, freelancer. You are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return. Attention, freelancer. You are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return. Attention, freelancer. Freelancer, you are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend...
lies within the Ice Moon's inner mantle,
recommend you return.
2.7 billion thermionic valve switches perform the nitty-gritty of Boolean data calculation. Such processing generates tremendous heat, which is dissipated
Let me
by the
handle
thermal
this.
transfer system. 4,367.89
Troublemaker approaching.
of feed and return pipes circulate coolant between Cloister's subsurface seas and the core assembly. When in operation, the core would turn most in 1.8 minutes without thermal transfer's consistent hydraulic pressure of 3,300 psi. Fortunately, this system is foolproof. It would take deliberate human intervention to operate the plant without the thermal transfer system. But who would act so irrationally? Input commands are delivered by complex...
That's a lot of casualties. Our medics ain't equipped for this. Not even close.
Caduceus may set the archive to its tasks.
My insides, they're on... What's hotter than fire? They're on lava, they're on Planck plasma.
Alas, the facility has slipped
They're
from
on
our
Clive's extra special force. It's Barnabas, the Force
I just
Force.
threw up all over my shoes.
Barnabas, I need you
And
to
the
go get
laces
help,
are
buddy. My
melting.
insides,
I
they're on...
think I
Why
might be
are the
hallucinating.
laces What's hotter than
melting?
fire? They're on lava, they're on Planck plasma.
What in the scrupulous name of profitable deductibles do you think you're doing? Just who are you, and why are you walking through my triage? Some kind of rocket attack, or maybe an orbital Don't suppose you're looking for a way to help. I'm absolutely... Without them, they can't convert raw materials into the medicaments needed to help the soldier. As many as you can. There's so much... Dropped extra compression coils in pods from orbit to help our advance, but they landed Many thanks, but...
I've been laid up same as those troopers, and I don't wish that kind of suffering on anyone, antis or no. Let's look for those coils.
This popular number has been conclusively...
I just threw up all over my shoes. And the laces are melting. Why are the laces melting?
How do you eat purple berry crunch? Real warriors eat it right from the box. You make a great lower manager.
Did that blast give me a dunder? Or is some damn stranger walking into my area of operation right after we've been attacked?
You all right, officer? We saw the impact and got over...
We can do to part you from your bits while you're desperate? Yeah, I know your type. You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? Yeah? And what exactly makes you so sure of that? Huh. Interesting. Did he say who he thinks did hit us? Not that it matters, I suppose. Not like we can muster a counter. Seriously? You've clearly been out in the Dorado sun for too long. Lately, my luck's been right miserable. I got enemy sneak attacks. I got grunts murdering each other. I got unsanctioned powers. You cut down the number of... Or If all that sounds like too much work for you, there are other ways to curry my favor. Make me believe your good intentions. Encourage me to take your side. Absolutely. Bits are a bond that buys a broad bevy. Wonderful. And with your sincerity assured by the bits in my pocket, I feel absolutely Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a whole mess of hassle I've got to dig myself.
You're back. Please tell me you've had some luck. Well, it's...
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically voracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus. Pinnacle Crabble flavored tea.
You didn't ask for this, but you will.
From the Order of the Ascendant. Humorous hot beverage mug text recently observed, scienticians seek safety in numbers and enlightenment. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
The color of space, a chromospectral analysis. When asked about the average color of space, the famous stellar cartographer Newton Otiscard replied, with no hesitation, beige. To experienced lumen astronomers, his answer was the expected one. But I can already hear the obtuse listener bleating, with their faces contorted into a rictus of ignorance. Wouldn't the average color be black or white, or simply a shade of gray? No. No, it would not. The answer is rooted in the science of how hot objects absorb and emit light. Which answers the ancillary mystery of why there are no green stars. To understand all this, you must understand the basics of thermal divarication emission. Please tell me there's a damn good reason you're back. Absorbs most then why electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it, including light, infrared, and radio emissions.
You're back.
And the matter
Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us compression coils. Lovely. Every coil it's a start. Thank you. Please.
Stellar objects generate far more radiation than they absorb, so they can be modeled as an idealized object, which is assumed to absorb 100% of all electromagnetic radiation and re-emit some based on its temperature and composition. Stellar composition determines what packets of light will be emitted, while stellar temperature determines the frequency of light.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Low temperature emission is
I'm calculating the position of every atom
which I need not describe here.
As the stellar body's temperature increases, its emitted light shifts up into visible light, through red into orange, then yellow, then white. Even rare blue stars exist. These are the hottest
Since the schism,
stars,
the
emitting
Protectorate
mostly
have
blue and
rewritten history
invisible
to exclude
ultraviolet
our
light.
teachings.
So why are there no green stars, you wonder? I would think the listeners could easily draw this trivial conclusion for themselves, but if I must... It's because any star emitting green light also emits bluish and or reddish light too, resulting in a non-green star. There is no naturally occurring stellar composition that emits solely packets of green light. In fact,
I communicated your prediction to Administrator Todd. Anything I can do to assist you?
intelligent interference, and no such evidence of any kind has ever been detected.
Yes, what have you discovered?
The famous stellar.
Oh, you've lessened the load on my mind considerably. And you have the order. Any other updates?
He partitioned the astronomical field of view into grids, then tagged each object in every grid. He ignored empty regions, as black would only dim the color and not change its fundamental hue. The light from every galaxy, star, nebula, and quasar was gathered and fed into a central tabulator for computation. The subsequent spectral analysis produced a final answer to within 0.5% of the predicted value. And that result was beige. More specifically, in the cylindrical
You may
core
recall, as I stated earlier, my attention is 99. I haven't.
saturation is a mere 9%, and the value is a full 100%. In more novice terms, while the color tends towards white, the addition of a variety of reds and some blues results in a more beige tone. And there you
Welcome
have
back. Any luck in list? Since you aren't a refugee.
forth, neophytes. And as you study your lessons, stare at the nondescript walls of your library, classroom, or dormitory facility, and exult in the knowledge
Yes.
that beige
Sorry, busy.
is also the color of the universe.
Please, don't distract me from my more pressing
I'd offer a
distractions.
personalized order prediction, but with my current backlog, your future would have come and gone.
Transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music. Because reason never goes out of season, it's time for another administration of relatable enlightenment with Ask a Vicar, featuring Vicar Mag Sai. Today we focus on quantity over qualitative analysis with an accelerated round of brief layperson inquiries. Starting with, does the Order know the outcome of this war?
Of course we do. But such knowledge cannot be shared with the general public or broadcast radio. Such an action would shift the equation in modes. It might introduce ancillary expressions that would invalidate our original solution.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will...
Can't say I'm fond of
predictions about my own life.
Ah, a less calamitous query. In no uncertain terms, you must never calculate your own personal life equation. The equation necessarily requires bijective isometry. Such a class of parametric mappings must be made by an objective third-party order member to assure non-arbitrary orthogonality. Make an appointment at your nearest predictory as soon as possible. Any more questions?
Yes, Vicar. Because research shows listener attention falters after a series of 3 items, here's our third and final question. My Canid ran away. Where did she go?
She's dead. Okay, great query and answer session, everyone. As your plain-speaking, relatable vicar, I'm always happy to fill your day with 2.5% more practical knowledge.
Stay tuned for what follows. Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
Generating primes, techniques, and uses. Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersmythe, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numenistics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial numenistics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several
Look alive, Commander.
I was called the idiot. So, I'm
Commander, watch your vitals!
given the sanction is greater than 1. Call that set M2. Then a prime is any number in the set M2 that is not
Ready to waste them! On your command!
other numbers in the set M2. Simple. Uplifting. Almost ascendant, you could say, but not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked, why isn't 1 a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself? And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also, how should I say, practical applications, such as maintaining the security of bit cartridges. In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval.
I hope this does not turn back into an active war.
As well as using prime
This is the
numbers
Order's
for
anti-air
processing
control
training its
center.
memory stores for
If you don't have
content,
specific business here,
lest its
kindly keep
calculations
moving.
be tainted by such. But if you strive to become a numenistics researcher, there are several open questions in the area of prime number study. One such question is this: is every even member of the set N2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so. But no one has ever proven this conjecture. Similarly, are there an infinite number of prime pairs that differ by only 2 in their value? That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary...
My apologies.
Numenistics.
My work requires a rather high amount of focus, and as such I'm unable to engage in idle chatter.
Elegant goal. Good disquisitions to you all, and good day.
I'll assume you forgot your key card this time.
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding
Good disquisitions to you all.
Apologies. My
And
work
good day.
requires a rather high amount of focus, and as such I'm unable to engage in idle chatter.
Architect. I hope this does not turn back into an active war.
Your nominate admirers take a great interest in your figure work and projections.
This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
To inform you, Uranium Manufacturer 7 is presently under lockdown. Unauthorized entry is barred due to contrivance malfunction, laboratory mishap, and miscellaneous unspeakable dangers.
Please call again at a more convenient time.
Quickly elucidate and demonstrate. QED. Get to the point and do not vacillate.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zerania Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the Abbot? We don't have any means of... yep. This is Factor Maytanier. Am I to understand you have orders from the Abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until you talk to me. So, the Abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies. Wait, is that an Auntie's Choice enhanced soldier with you? Oh, I see what this is. Stay back.
We want answers, not a fight. And if indeed there's any retribution to be had, it won't be by my hand. Tell him, Commander.
Surely. Far be it from me to question the irreproachable prudence of... Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the Abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I'll send word you're en route. But fair warning, I cannot predict what I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. The recent attack may have originated from this facility, but I assure you it was not at our hand. We have no desire to resume. One of our transport pods filled with Zeranium was diverted toward, or more specifically at, though functionally correct, I assure you. The transport pods are fired into space, where they are collected. To date, no one has ever misused them for this purpose, despite the explosive nature. And we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the manufactory operation. Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. An understandable perspective. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you were on hand.
Everything well in hand. Return you now to the previously scheduled program. This is Abbot New of Alexandra Monastery, signing off. How was that, Wiley? What? It's still recording? Oh, how do I stop the...
That is all for now. Until next time, keep hail and mind your calculations. Unlike parallel lines, I hope someday we'll meet.
Continuing as predetermined. Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
In ancient times we learned of their existence. When triangles first measured by their distance.
evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zeranium. Blue outpost opportunity to naught but tinges and flinders.
Wait, so has it been classified as an accident? Or an
What I'd like to know is why our illustrious seer provided zero warning beforehand.
Initiate Alpha, stand down.
As determined,
Relinquish control of this facility immediately. Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this. You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast? I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something? I demand your unconditional surrender Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now.
Studies have shown that is proportional to intelligence. Normally, I would suggest a variety of mathematical puzzles and problems in education, but I don't see that as a solution in your case. Instead, I recommend the following. And learn to bounce it. Best of luck to you.
Keep put. Much is left to come.
I'm not clear to speak with random factors.
And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Ah, yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. I oversee this manufactory and all personnel, including those here under false pretenses. Apparently like this. Initiate Alva. It's plainly obvious what her story is. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized command of the system. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Whatever for. I suppose some limited nosing about before I'll be in my office.
How many digits in pi?
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
We're still in lockdown, so I take it you haven't shot the traitor yet. Failed to see the...
How many digits in pi? How many numbers am I? 445923078 16406286208 998628348253421. How many digits in pi? How many numbers am I? How many digits in pi?
And now, construction compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity.
I have too much on my mind for idle.
Now this is important. Would you describe the Arachnid's glycerin as slathering?
The other brands may be 80 proof, but ours has 80 proofs. One printed on each.
How much viscous fluid would you estimate it to fall? I don't know anything about the fluid's volume. Being attacked, I shot it.
Apologies, but not a mechanical.
2 exemplars. Not in the mood for a random interaction.
Of course, she's hiding something. You think those 2 Alpha's investigator? How many years? I've got your never number. noticed her. Keep moving. Just We're blended gonna in wrap with this the up scenery soon. somehow. We'll have good crime cases.
Visit your local predictory.
If I measured every heartbeat and their electrical signals, would I find a value for love, for divine?
Oh, hello. A visitor. Who is it they're sending now? And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Z. And who is that you brought with you? Ah, and another Earth Directorate.
Is she talking about me?
All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. This entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding. Oh, believe you me, I am thoroughly unaware how anyone would think me capable of all this. Suppose that's an apt description. I am it's all a mistake, compounded by hearsay, miscommunication, and I'll tell you exactly what happened. Our transport pod leveled outpost opportunity. I immediately realized someone must have bypassed my terminal. I initiated a lockdown to block further tampering. Had I not, Now, despite a long record of dedicated service, who's being blamed for this calamity? Me, somehow. Dear me, I wish why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you, and I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. If you need to hear me say it, sure, appreciate your help. May the plan favor us against long odds. Do so appreciate it. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Investigator? Always account for standard deviation.
Hello. I'm here often. Goodbye. Our banter.
You have tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify.
Make your desired outcome be a probabilistic certainty. with pinnacle vegetable expulsions.
You enjoyed our casts. Now try our expulsions. From the Order of the Ascendant. Never forget, we will unlock humanity's true potential. In due course, in due time, each fulfilling our prescribed role within the grand plan. And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
It's not enough to say you think so without defending your position. We won't accept a hunch or feeling, an idea based on intuition. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it, just to use it. A proof is a deducible argument that removes any confusion.
Patrol's back, I hear. Don't see Auntie's being too dissuaded by them, though.
Our Earth Directorate friend.
Well, hello. Have an update to...
Hello. I've been conversing with Factor Matadier here while you were away.
Yes, they witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's choice reprisal clouded my thoughts at the time. Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here, and I have deemed it... Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. The Proctor's accusation is no different. You suspect me somehow?
You've examined the launch records, yes? What did you find? I suppose the data wipe was meant to cover their trail. Ah, but listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? But still, even the most junior scientist knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, I set the correct coordinates. Someone overrode them. Someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. A Zeranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. Don't you think? I expect the Zeranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistic.
I can speak to the coordinate. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to...
Part of... All right. There.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends anyone, I'll say...
Inform us when you've investigated the two leads.
Researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity.
Well, Boulder sure has it out for that initiative. Guess I would too if Alpha had killed a bunch of my colleagues.
Bars. Every real bar is packaged with an imaginary piece for you to enjoy later.
From the Order of the Ascendant. In times of yourself, contentment is found by accepting your role in the grand plan. Understanding your place, knowing your course, removes all worry and doubt. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper. Something your fractions should never do.
Calculations has to be somewhat stressful, don't you think? Nothing to add? Perhaps I pushed the wrong button. Well, I just look forward to sorting out this entire messy affair.
Ready to waste it on your commitment. Fire, move!
Over here.
Thank you kindly. I am decidedly in your debt. Anything you need? Anything I, a lowly archivist, can provide you, a heroic individual who is... Of course. I am now able to breathe easy and respond freely. I was in my cot doing advanced equations. After the explosion occurred, I rushed here. The door was creaky to open. I should have known it would lodge in place when it closed, but I was distracted by the disheveled state of the room and rushed inside. Works in operations, right? Always on about her stories. Wish I had time to watch serials and read all that. Strange question, but yes, all commands path through the hub here. Well, in my professional opinion, looks like someone based on the sloppy state it was left in, I'd say they either barely knew what they were doing or were... Well, that's about... Careful on your way out. Try not to be liquefied and subsequently devoured.
Troublemaker approaching.
Arcadia's voice of reason. And Time now for some ageless wisdom from an academic so in touch with today's inquisitive laypeople youth. Time for Ask a Vicar with Vicar Magsaysay. The charismatic mathematician is always a popular topic. To wit, a listener asks, what's this about the mathematician and his propensity for questionable ethics?
A bold query. Yet we do not shy from our founder's flaws. Yes, the charismatic mathematician did have some to play. For one, he was a prolific author of venturesome fiction early in his career. These narrative larks did not, shall we say, endure time's unkind judgment quite like his world-shattering humanity-ascending principles. Nor did his associations with entities outside academia, which did not always benefit scientism. But come now, how can we fault someone yet to ascend, like all of us?
And now you know, but no one knows everything yet. Have another inquiry about our order you're bursting to ask? Relay your query as a vocal predictory post-haste. Stay tuned for what follows. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
Function f to the n equaling our starting zen. Function fn minus 1 plus the fn minus 2. In all cases that we know, starting where n is so low. Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, here's the cue. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to preceding numbers, gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci. Gazing upon the golden spiral, a part that's quite so vital, arcing in a circle motion, giving squares to perfect quotient. 0, 1, 1, and again 2, 3, 5, and 8, and then 13, 21, not 2, 34, we're counting through.
Looks like a fight. My aftermarket parts are crap.
Fibonacci from Liber Abaci. The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence in which each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 1, 44, and so on and so forth.
May all your theories prove true.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results.
It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci.
Something about that Alva doesn't square. And she called me sad. I'm not sad. Just for the record.
Before we amplify. A significant number of scientists agree vinculum flavor drops are qualitatively advantageous. Help your food taste better together with vinculum from the Order of the Assembly.
Ah, yes. Suppose you'll do.
I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but what else might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control... Oh, we developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little. May deliberate endeavors beget expected results.
Yeah. Yeah. This initiate. Can't quite put my finger on it, but something's off. Like she's playing games. But I can't say I trust the Proctor any better. Hopefully a bit of investigating will clear things up for us. Once we find the perpetrator, we can be sure to head off any further attacks on Auntie's choice.
That was dedicated to all the innovative minds in the Department of Applied Scientism from their admiring cohort in the Department of Research and Inquiry.
Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
Kelvin, if truth be told. The very fact we found each other boggles the undisciplined mind. I can count on you, you can count on me. With a golden ratio, geometric harmony, when our keys or talent, when we stand up with you, you can count on me.
You're back. I see my choice in you was well-founded. Zeranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state. And with the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be peppered with queries. Now that you mention it, yes, I recall I was worried about one crisis. I must admit I haven't given the attack a single thought since. Not much. Keeps to herself mostly. Or that is entirely. Like all of us, she resided in the barracks 15 degrees to the northeast from here. You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware higher levels of cortisol can impede the encoding of memory. Ah, quite right. Anything else? I am greatly grateful you were helpful, and if this card will allow you into our humble little research lab. It's right past operation. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on
I can count on you, you can count on me.
We're the golden ratio,
Geometric harmony. When our theories are challenged,
when we stare down peer review,
you can count on me, and I can count on you.
Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension. For those of you away in the field or heads down in research during our last shared learning symposium, we offer the following rescreening of Vicar Magsaysay's presentation.
Welcome to Zeranium and You, a brief accounting of this crucial material. Though minute amounts were first discovered in the Beta Draconis system, Zeranium wasn't found in significant quantities until the terraforming of Cloister and Eden, since it's become the principal power source for all recognized inhabitants of the system. But it's not without its dangers, and lower risk. Efficient utilization took time. Zeranium in its liquid state is volatile and explosive. In its gaseous form, it is toxiferous to organic material, but in its crystal state, it's practically putty in our hands. Not fully safe, of course. You wouldn't sprinkle Zeranium crystals on your nutrients.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Immediate contact. Certainly more harvestable in our Zeranium manufactory. Imagine years of separatist methodological experiments with extraction, refinement, and processing, and harvesting of liquid uranium to grow higher yield. Now, Zeranium powers everything from laboratories and outposts to craft and weaponry comparatively safely and at a greater input to output ratio than any other known form of fuel. Now do carry on, and as always, anticipate and calculate.
Further beneficial contents. This molecular number is conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Hello, dear.
Returned already.
Why, we were just...
Or specifically, potential
You know how the order is. Always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. Svoboda has clearance, but not the know-how. I wholeheartedly agree, but her incompetence hardly... I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party, so I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you, dears, to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Yes, I concur. That may be the only part of this that seems certain. You are far more capable than some back manufacturing button pusher.
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive...
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment.
The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being if there are any hints of truth to that. I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid. Perhaps you shouldn't. My earlier endeavors were often disconcerting. But the truth remains.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda. I cannot be party to the...
A wise calculation. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Svoboda has much to answer for.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado. This would be an ideal time to confess
You can't possibly be party to all this.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation.
Wait, you can't possibly believe this is all nothing more than a flagrant example of artifice.
Enough, traitor. You made no more deception, no more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. Best search...
Would have been nice to perform that search before there was a corpse in the room, but beggars and choosers.
Ought to keep moving, Commander.
Now's not really the time for a chat. You need something?
concealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off-limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors.
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia, this is Grand Plan Wireless. Welcome to another installment of Ask a Vicar with Vicar Magsai. A recent inquiry: why do I hear order product advertisements from the same voices denouncing Auntie's Choice rampant commercialism?
Good question. I'd say the place we differ most from our consumers' rivals is, well, our overall philosophy. The way we view everything. They believe in profit above all else, while we strive for the ascendance of all humanity through the solution of the universal equation. The difference could hardly be greater. So, while we might share methods from time to time, such as the distribution of goods in our case, to help others ascend to greater.
Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. This whole affair reminded me of the old days. The blood, the secrecy. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe me, I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Supposing that means no joyrides and no scratching the paint?
Excellent. Well then, I am quite ready.
Investigator.
Contravening implications.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Extrapolated out.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results. Always account for standard deviation.
Grand Plan Wireless. We verify.
May the plan guide.
Confirm your hypotheses with Lemma protein snacks.
Whether you are in between theorems or in between meals, Lemma has you covered.
From the Order of the Ascendant.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. Well, I recognize you've done right by us here.
Lives predestined along paths
A fate and fortune convergence.
And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
If something hasn't happened, if something's not the case, if you find your data missing inside your database, if you need to find alternatives, then negation is informative. If something is untrue, then it's subject to review. If X isn't even, if Y isn't prime, if Z has no factors, then it's counterfactual time. If one event occurs and another is precluded, that
May all our efforts add to the equation.
Not entirely surprised I had to abandon my cover identity earlier. Knew there was a risk if I took action. But when the attack on the I do so hope you'll forgive my thoroughly convincing deception, dear. I'm not so sure Proctor Svoboda was capable of crashing cargo pods into additional Antes installations. Still glad I stopped it.
Traveling at the velocity of light through the vacuum of space on our primary band, this is Grand Plan Wireless. The informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism. Though our current cordiality with Auntie's choice continues to hold, remain certain that every department stands united and ready should conflict recommence. Why, simply recall the precision of our air defenses against low-flying craft, augmented by...
Whatever's on your mind. Sometime, when all is said and done, are those in your ledger any less dead than mine? Had a sense you felt that way. We'll see if situations... Some were proprietary. Often, do you know? Let's hear it. Oh, I am a... Consider yourself lucky. You already know. I see. I mentioned before I was tasked to influence pivotal events, to keep the solving of the equation on track. Something occurred. I needed to step up. Dorado appealed. Our department was shuttered shortly after Ruth Pissar took office. To avoid undue attention, to put it mildly. After the incident in question, seeking refuge, may all...
When asked about the average color in space, the famous stellar cartographer Newton Otisgard replied, with no hesitation, beige. To experienced lumen astronomers, his answer was the expected one. But I can already hear the obtuse listener bleating, with their faces contorted into a rictus of ignorance. Wouldn't the average color be black or white, or simply a shade of gray? No. No, it would not. The answer is rooted in the science of how hot objects absorb and emit light, which answers the ancillary mystery of why there are no green stars. To understand all of this, you must understand the basics of thermal divarication emission theory. The typical piece of non-heated matter absorbs most electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it, including light, infrared, and radio emissions. And the matter reflects only a small portion.
Auntie's choice is the best.
The visible
Auntie's choice
is
the best. Better up, down. Keep making us money, friend.
So they can be modeled as an ideal.
I should be nice to you. You'll probably be my manager someday.
100% of all electromagnetic radiation and re-emit some based on its temperature and composition. Stellar composition determines what packets of light will be emitted, while stellar temperature determines the frequency.
You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet?
Low temperature emission is mostly infrared and not visible to us without proper interpretation, which I need not describe here. As the stellar body's temperature increases, its emitted light shifts up into visible light, through red into orange, then yellow, then white. Even rare blue stars exist. These are the hottest stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. So why are there no green stars, you wonder? I would think the listeners could easily draw this trivial conclusion for themselves, but if I must... It's because any star emitting green light also emits bluish and or reddish light.
That's mine.
Resulting in a non-green star. There is no...
You lost, stranger?
...stellar composition that emits...
I don't see a lot of new faces in these parts. What are you? Order? Protectorate? Really? Me? I'm a Sprat. Used to be Protector. Now, I'm just waiting for the dust to settle so I can find out who I work for tomorrow. Anyway, you need anything only a humble Sprat Trapper can provide? Slow. Things will pick up once the war is over. Gregory? Well, I'm glad to hear he's still kicking. These being hard times, I've had to raise my prices. Gal's gotta eat, and I don't care for Sprat meat. You know where to...
Nebula and quasar was gathered and fed into a central tabulator for computation.
Excuse me?
subsequent spectral analysis produced a final answer to within 0.5% of the predicted value. And that result was beige. More specifically, in the cylindrical coordinate model of color space, the hue is 42 degrees, while the saturation is a mere 9%, and the value is a full 100%. In more novice terms, while the color tends towards white,
Acting like I'm not even here.
reds and some blues results in a more beige tone. And there you have it.
Howdy. Now what can I do you for? So, we doing business. The sprats are all premium quality. Let's talk price. Trust me, Gregory is in our pleasure doing business. Another happy customer.
Because it is the number 3 song this week. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper. Something your fractions should never be.
Probability and the grand plan. There can be no discussion of the grand plan without also entertaining a deep contemplation of probability. Our ability to predict events to varying degrees of certainty is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. Statistics, at its heart, is not but data. Data that is gathered, collated, and subjected to analysis. But what is the role of chance in that analysis? Let's look at the interpretation of pure chance. If one flips a perfectly balanced coin, it will land on heads with a 1 in 2 chance, or tails with a 1 in 2 chance. But are there really 2 outcomes? Is there not one specific outcome we can determine?
Greetings, searching for navigation data back to Matriarch's Mercy. Null. Result. Error. Navigation systems offline.
Complete information yields
Farewell.
perfect predictions, 100% accuracy, known outcomes. Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts in the order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it necessary to flip the coin? Would it not be more efficient to simply go forward as if it had been flipped and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose? If so, what part of that choice was ever left to chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations, which lead to the dreaded sigma of probability distributions. By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes based on assumed distributions of sample populations. Such a travesty. No, not a travesty, a tragedy, a horror. A horror the archive will help us avoid. Every bit of data collected, analyzed, and input by our archivists brings us closer to our goal, to the solving of the universal equation. Probability is not enough. Guesses are not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which lead to tragedies. We must not guess. We must know. Help us know. Contribute any and all data you can collect to our proud archivists. And you too can say you contributed to the archive.
Next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts, and relevant informational details for near-present and future calculations. Fellow esteemed members of the Order of the Ascendant allocated to Golden Ridge. It's foreseen recent conflicts between the Protectorate, Anti's Choice, and ourselves have resulted in notable detrimental effects throughout this region.
Enemy in vicinity.
Including but not limited to the loss of Fort Endurance, and a 17.9% reduction in effective sleep cycles per evening. But before you succumb to a sense of malaise that undermines cognitive function, take heart from these additional, sharply contrasted data points.
Either they have squatters or their decorators should be shot. Or both.
Extraction continues at Zeranium Manufactory 7, as does research at the N-Ray Range. Remember, just as our calculations allow for a predictable range of error, so do we. Our work continues.
In closing, a potentially incongruent word of advice. Immediately find a way to turn your negatives into positives.
Further beneficial content soon follows. Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
The spread, illnesses, and eventual control of the purple berry parasite. OA Archive transcription number 3918-4 begins here. Hello. For the record, my name is Marie de Rothschild, Junior Archivist, Class 4 of the Archive.
There best be a stiff bottle waiting for me if I ever manage to make it out of this barrel!
After years working in a Zeranium manufactory, that's not the first workplace accident I've encountered.
The spread of this parasite included a corresponding rise in gastrointestinal illnesses and deaths, until basic preventative measures were put in place after illness-related causes.
Oh, no, it's... no!
As usual for Anti's Choice. The purple-berry parasite...
Now? Sure, but...
all purple-berry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally... discovered on a single colony world, the purple-berry plant was subsequently spread throughout the islands due to... choices poorly.
Skin your faces off one by one if you don't let me out of here!
Somehow
She sounds pleasant.
Where's the look? Where's the look?
Give the water and I'll take care of it.
Torpificator is charged.
That's the one you need to worry about. I'm
in a rare Anti's Choice lab recording in our archive, which is sealed and or the cease daily interaction.
Mitigating the threat.
But again,
torpification in progress.
Belated testing by Anti's Choice's unlettered scientists showed that the berries were not poisonous at all. Instead, they were infected with a microscopic parasite, the purple-berry parasite, or PBP.
Surviving me is in everyone's best interest.
In Anti's Choice's records. More specifically, the PBP eggs are found and subdermally injected by the second stage of the parasite.
Thank you.
Let's examine the PvP life cycle in detail. After an infected berry is eaten by a host, the microscopic eggs inside are enzymes which trigger their hatching. These parasites enter their second stage as spiky, worm-like creatures with outside, pincer-like mandibles, which then proceed to feed on the host directly, ingesting tissue and blood along the entire intestinal tract. These worms are eventually expelled when they reach a size of approximately 2 centimeters in length, and they then seek out nearby purpleberry plants to lay their eggs in the ripening purpleberries. And I should add that the plants are well fertilized in this entire process. Also, as the expelled contents contain undigested purpleberry seeds, the distribution of the plants is increased, helping infected purpleberry plants to spread farther and grow better than uninfected ones. Perhaps unsurprisingly, careless Auntie's Choice scientists mislabeled this case of obvious symbiosis, given how both the purpleberry plant and its parasite are benefited by the relationship, as a parasitical relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the Auntie's Choice scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent safeguards at all. After some additional casualties, plodding Auntie's Choice field researchers discovered that co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. But human colonists were not so fortunate. The PvP worms disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly large immune response leads to violently explosive diarrhea, resulting in the expelling of the worms, the berries, and most of the person's gastrointestinal tract. Human casualty rates were close to 100%, even when reluctantly given medical attention by Auntie's Choice doctors, who were more concerned with upselling unnecessary procedures or prescribing expensive ointments such as their antibiotics, a topical cream that offers no benefit to the dying patient except possibly smoothing away stubborn wrinkles, according to product literature. However, given the purpleberry's non-zero nutritional value and low growing costs, impatient Choice Administration officials directed their labs to find ways to remove the parasite from the berry. A variety of methods were tested and found effective, but they were all time-consuming and wasteful of the edible portion of the purpleberries, so these methods were deemed non-cost-effective and rejected out of hand. Eventually, the answer was found not in a lab, but in a history book. Specifically, a history text on Saltuna, a crossbreed of 2 different earth fish species called salmon and tuna, was found that contained a reference to anisakid nematodes, or salmon worms, with an estimated 70 to 90% of all salmon being infected by these parasites. More importantly, the text...
Architect's balls! That was some fine killing! Would have preferred you'd left 1 or 2 of those traitorous miscreants. Serves me right, trying to help those sorely lacking in the... Betraying someone sent by the exalted leader of the glorious dawn herself, we are simply a group of enlightened individuals seeking to spread the truth of the rifts. Despite our persecution, the rifts only seem destructive because we are looking at them from the point of view of imperfect, mortal bodies. To be deconstructed by a rift is to be reborn in perfection.
The microscopic egg remains were simply...
None whatsoever. I was here to help them scavenge for old order technology to further investigate the wonder of the rifts.
Were satisfied with this inept solution.
The rifts?
Ridiculous.
I see no need to respond to such heresy. You are obviously ill-informed. I have similar business at the NRED. I could use your help there, and I'm sure my particular... Nothing that will live to regret. But it seems like you've already...
If you're sure, Command.
Well...
More accurately, the label should read live parasite-free. But in any case, Auntie's Choice once again demonstrated their contempt for their customers, for nature, and for any pretense of safety. Another reason this documentarian is grateful for our order's fabricated nutritional features. OA archive transcription number 3918-4 ends here.
Why does it burn so bad? Why didn't I wash them first? Thanks for the preposterously late advice. How about you leave me to endure, even though you are compelled to?
I've got a much better way to end his sup.
What?
place used to be a thriving hub of experimental science. I'm afraid to see the state it's in now.
You cannot threaten one who welcomes liberation.
Enemy moving into harm's way. From me.
Prime!
Stun weapon ready, Commander. Not getting in the front door. Always another way in, though.
Traveling at the velocity of light through the vacuum of space on our primary band, this is...
Now this is...
So, you decided the crew needed another cutthroat, did you? I don't mean to criticize the faults in your logic, but you realize Asa is a completely inefficient killer, yes? Well, but... Asa? I'm uncertain she's the right choice to inherit it. However, perhaps you see something I yet haven't, and I should keep looking. May the plan...
Pharmaceutical-addled, chemically dehanced societal cast...
Killing traitors is quite fun, is it not?
And plunder. Auntie's choice troops have been espied bivouacked in trenches crisscrossing the highlands. And although a ceasefire exists, a healthy degree of circumspection remains advised. Newly introduced invasive species deposited here by Auntie's choice have been determined to be territorial, toothsome, and aggressive. Travelers are instructed to closely monitor their surroundings at all times whilst remaining outside inhabited areas.
We can hear those
choosing to heed semaphore warnings are predicted to have a 14%.
Stop your silliness, fool! The only ones losing body parts around here today are you and your traitorous friends!
That apparently was a note to self, not to be read aloud.
And now, additional data and/or music determined to facilitate cognition. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
0.36 cubed divided by the standard rate of fluid flow, and then you multiply by...
Look at the state of this poor fool. They just left her...
There's a cultist behind you! Wait, surely she isn't with you. Fine. Just please keep... Architect's mercy, thank you. Oh, dear Archivist Clemens has been so strange lately. So he's deeper in the facility, working on something and without...
Please, with the way my so-called brethren are...
Yes, I'm sure you'll kill them quite well. The crazed cultist... I've seen few firsthand, but that isn't because they've gone. Rather, I believe they have become visibility deficient. You can attempt such, but if my current state is any indication, the cultist...
Oh, their actions are
It's a shame the facility is in shambles. We've an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier. The scanner isn't... It was stored nearby. But with the damage to the facility, I appreciate your aid.
There's the N-ray scanning device the scientist was talking about.
Hostile in proximity.
We verify before we amplify.
You may think you have tasted a great old-fashioned cocktail, but have you tasted the highest-rated old-fashioned ever created? Now you can, with Asymptote, consistently rated the best from the Order of the Ascendant.
Amplificator at ready status.
Straight at the...
Every minute calculation brings us closer to solving the universal equation. Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
Do not worry when things become complicated. Studied and matriculated. There's no need to suffer from perplexity.
I appreciate your help. Dying makes it so difficult to see the results of your theses. You can use it to see the wires connecting.
We have tools to tame high-order equations. They are useful in problematic occasions. You can take the formula's derivatives here, or use square roots of numbers that are negative. Complexity is partially imaginary. No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay calculating the center of gravity of a shape possessing concavity.
Doors open. Time to make a way.
With manifold convexity, you can manage any such complexity.
You've opened the way forward. Very good work.
No need for fear. The concept isn't
Threat detected.
I'll handle this. You've suffered
Restore my life or avenge my death!
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across
Who needs to
Arcadia.
die?
This is Grand Plan Wireless. Tired of vacuously untrue statements with their unsatisfying fantasies? In the order of the ascendant, our predictions are both sufficient and necessary for more positive outcomes. Come by our predictory today, where we will share with you our deductions and their contrapositive implications.
If you're feeling anxious about what's next, just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical...
Where are you going? Our task here is... I suppose you know what you are doing, but we'll need to return eventually to finish this lot off.
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Your moral justifications for delaying your delivery are misguided. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives in time. But if we fail to act, the order will be lost forever. Collateral damage was always inevitable, Victor. You knew this. And the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, you know what must be done. But I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties involved. We need those explosives now, Victor. Let's finish this. Victor, I fully dead is, but if we, and the longer, but...
I spy my next victim. I mean a hostile combatant.
Enjoyed that melody.
That's a Glorious Dawn communication device. Our cells use them to send and receive encrypted messages.
Overly distracting.
And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Enemy spotted. Transcendence. I have power unto the architect. This one's coming! Quickly elucidate and demonstrate. Get to the point and vacillate. And verify your data. Send it. Look at the sad little sprat in his corrugated metal cage. Why don't you unlock the door and come out, sprat? Nobody's here. You've done it. Your eyes. The only thing that's left is quickly elucidate and demonstrate. Get to the point and do not vacillate.
To any fool enough to approach my holdout, I once again ask you to stop. Path ahead is filled with unseen traps. Whether cultist or wayward scientist, you will be killed. I cannot afford your interruption. Once more, please cease.
Salvation lies in revelation.
This time on notable locations of scientific inquiry. Devoted to time and space.
You, friend of friends, are a greater ally than any number of fellow scienticians.
Well, across the entire Arcadian system. Prepare to sense the sensational as we draw your feelings of awe.
Thank you very, very much for dealing with those cult...
What? Where? I thought we dispatched with all of those traitorous charlatans.
I can see it would be best for me to attack. I see you. Damn it, Victor, and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife. Pardon my excitement. It's been I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was... In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still... Because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't take an assistant or allow anyone to see his data. There's no such thing as invisibility. The cultists are out of phase. Also, I strongly recommend against exposing yourself to most of the cultists. But if you're not attached to the solid state of your organs, I suppose, although it requires further investigation, they are physically here, but only... Oh, believe me, this is...
Among our notable locations of scientific inquiry. Stand by for further stimulating content. And now a song from a composer predicted...
Thank you again for your help. I'll collect my belongings and... well, leave for my life once it's been saved.
3.1415926.
enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension. All pay heed and take warning. Recent reports note a sporadic outbreak of belligerent zealots characterized as
Killing traitors is quite fun, is it not?
Specifically through the N-ray range, our laboratory tasked with harnessing mysterious stellar radiation. We've lost contact with facility personnel and thusly fear the worst. Cultist trespassers could never comprehend the fundamental forces at work in this lab, which might only render these zealots all the more unpredictable and dangersome. Unfortunately, given the current state of the bridge infrastructure, we cannot verify the N-ray range's status without crossing through or over our decommissioned autonomous extractorium. A perilous trek even under the best of circumstances.
We'll try to limit further damage, Commander.
Yeah, so,
As predetermined, this popular number has been conclusively proven to correct cognitive function.
Cultists and interlopers breaching my defenses at once? There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die. Because I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blast, want has not, and you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character. At the end of you're not.
I beg to differ. I'd likely
one who'd be eminently capable of understanding the difficult decisions that must be made for humankind's ascension. That's you, isn't it? The end point?
You are correct, Victor.
Very well. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated suffering will end. Politics cannot bind us. Uncertainty cannot strangle. And no one... What? How do you not understand that? No, that's not all this. Helping Augustine couldn't have done such a thing.
This poor fool seemed intent on doing himself and us both. Impressive work convincing him otherwise. What say I have a go at him with my disemboweling knife? See what he knows. Your loss.
I believe that's another thanks I owe you. You certainly keep. I found a way to, via the use of processed DeVries need. Saying that out loud now, it sounds unreal. I appreciate your consideration. Things could have been. Here, it is the key to my quarters. Take whatever you find. That will ensure that I cannot use. You've certainly convinced me.
Whimsical computational jest 37A. Be like the minus operator and make a difference today. Next up. Well, the seers among you already know.
My fellow Loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery. But the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Swear I can't lie low for 20 years without everything in the order falling apart. Well, suppose we better head to the monastery now, yes?
You are listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason. You are a necessary part of the plan. Therefore, you need to be part of the Order of the Ascendant. Drop by our predictory today and find out how you can take an active part in your future. What happens next may surprise you, but not us. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
These outer worlds are cruel, the universe is cold.
2.7 Kelvin, if truth be told.
Scientism is a lonely field, we research double-blind.
The very fact we found each other boggles the undisciplined mind. I can count on you, you can count on me.
We're the golden ratio,
Geometric harmony. When our theories are challenged,
when we stare down peer review.
you can count on me, and I can count on you. Colleagues can be cold, but academia's always true.
Why use double entendres when sextuple ones will do?
You taught me scientismic ways, even Sears did not foresee.
Two heavenly bodies never had pressure.
Shot by fluids to 100 degrees Celsius. Putting facts over feelings, that's scientism's adult.
Together we rise above.
We beat the means of
I'm pretty sure we've killed every traitor in this place. Didn't we? What do you think? Boy, damn it! It's as I feared. Their treasonous scum of a hierarchy isn't among the leader of a cell. In this case, that would be Ziegler. They were operating on... We should return to the one we saw earlier. It will hopefully yield some worthwhile information.
I can count on you, you can count on me.
We're the golden ratio,
Geometric harmony. When our theories are challenged,
when we stare down
you can count on me, and I can count on you.
As was long since foreordained, that song was requested by the Department of Predictive Analysis and Ossification.
Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
If I measured every heartbeat and their electrical signals, Love does not compute. If all matter has mass, and thus exerts attraction, could I bear love's weight and measure, or be crushed beneath abstraction?
Friendly approaching from the north, home fire.
Truth or assumption, where is love in a constant function?
Don't forget to clean your ship's toilet. Now, what can the pipe doctor do for you? Just fine. Clogged toilets are nature's way of keeping us humble. I'm just a plumber. What do I know about human anatomy? People aren't toilets. Well, always remember, good plumbing starts in the bowels.
Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute.
When a toilet's clogged this bad, now, what can the pipe doctor do for you? I'm just a plumber. What do I know about human anatomy? People aren't toilets. Well, always remember.
Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute.
As was long since foreordained, that song was requested by the Department of Predictive Analysis and Ossification.
Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
Three 3.14159265 358 979323846 3383279502884
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion zone. Tend to the injured as best I can.
Any luck with the Sprat hunt? You can tell the good doctor I'll be around shortly, armed with needle and thread, calipers, and my finest jar of glass eyes. No, thank you. Be seeing you.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Any luck with the Sprat hunt? You can tell the good doctor I'll be around shortly, armed with needle and thread, be seen.
How many digits in pi?
If we factor for
Am I? 445923078 16406286208 99.
random elements offsetting certain key variables.
We could have been killed.
Offsetting the mock
I expect remuneration, recompense, hazard potential. Where is the hazard?
Disruption.
You're fine. You weren't crushed by falling rocks.
Thus, if we compare the
demand
rate
satisfaction.
of accumulation...
I still don't get it, Piotr.
I don't think the order pays for you.
One never relishes saying he did predict a catastrophe could occur.
Can't believe they're all...
I can't believe that.
Warnings.
Free medical care for refugees?
Ow!
I don't understand it either. The law.
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion zone. Tend to the injured as best I can.
That's very good of you.
Stop here. The paradigm is a self-centered derivative take on the grand plan. That's how little protection respects your intellect.
Existence advisory remains in effect for all.
From a medical standpoint, the taxidermist doctor was an Take this. Now, will there be anything else? I can tend to your injuries, provided you have the many things. Right as rain. Now.
Auntie's choice troops have been espied bivouacked in trenches crisscrossing the highlands. And although a ceasefire exists, a healthy degree of circumspection...
Grand Architect! First an attack on the monastery and now the lift code's not working? Am I misremembering it?
Determined to be...
No. Unless... Wiley would know this, I'm sure. Agent! Oh, thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? Far from it. No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading... But I needed him. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently... Peace talks? Yes, Ruth informed me, but... I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. Yes. Regardless of their current actions, once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the go forth as was determined, and may the plan...
I've always wanted to fight a mathematician.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Yeah!
I can count on you, you can count on me. Geometric harmony, when our theories are challenged. When we stand up to review, you can count on me, and I can count on you.
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia, this is Grand Plan Wireless. Stifled by unfulfilling work with no hope of advancement? Tired from fighting off your fellow workers to keep your employment?
This is it. The Dawn's Not much. Idiot didn't even have enough respect to stay to kill me himself. Well, it's of no consequence. Now that I know where he is, let's go show him the error of his way. I'm right behind you.
Absolutely free. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Keep put. Much is left to come.
If I measured every rejection. Love does not compute. The variables seem infinite. Love does not compute. It's both clear and ambivalent. Love does not compute. If all matter has mass, and thus
So many dead, places falling apart.
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten history to exclude our teachings.
Anywhere?
can I calculate truth or assumption? Where does love fit in a constant function? Love does not compute. The variables seem love does not compute. Both clear and ambivalent.
Victor wasn't exactly the partner in crime I envisioned DeVries to have. Someone with a little more grit. That man back there? Reckon I'm glad. You ever wonder what might have happened if DeVries had let us in on her initial plan? Surely we wouldn't have been taken in by her rhetoric. And that right there is why I run account of all of our incentives. It's just, I look at something true. She's good. After triangling, all I wanted was to do for up. I will say, thanks for letting me wax for a bit. We can get back to it was less merger and more hostile. I don't have, and now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force. Always up for a little backfence talk. Can't say I know her well enough to have much in the way. She's still got more loyalty to Auntie's choice than they have to her, but underneath that friendly old lady facade, future's always changing though. Who knows? Maybe Marisol, I think she'd have a hell of a time passing the directorate psychological screening. Don't, truth be, at least that's what I would say if I was feeling charitable. Most days, underneath that, future's always changing though. Who knows? Truth be told, at least that's what I would say if I was feeling. Sure thing. I trust you've got particular.
We amplify.
Above average scienticians acknowledge the value of canter dust.
The uncountably best salt substitute from the Order of the Ascendant. In times of peril, remind yourself, contentment is found by accepting your role in the grand. In times
We going to kill Hierarch Ziegler soon? My knife hand's getting itchy. Who could... Maybe I'll start with his gallbladder? Such as? Nothing of much worth to tell there. I hope that story ended with you gutting them like a rent. My world used to be devoid of color. I wholeheartedly... What do you need, Commander? All right.
Ancient times we learned of their existence. When triangles first measured by their distance. On a sea that was well known as the Aegean, discovered by and named Pythagorean. No ratio of two numbers or known as pi. Pi is a worldwide phenomenon. Attempt to square a circle and you'll need it. Don't confuse it with its homonym sibling. It's a number you cannot hit. They're irrational, 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 irrational. Remainder is mishmashinal. What's a number that has no ending? A number that we call transcending. A mathematics man named Euler. His work was that of genius and astounding. His number you see as a lowercase e to calculate with interest compounding. They're irrational, 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 irrational. Remainder is mishmashinal. These numbers are so monumental. They're also known as transcendental. They're irrational, 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 irrational. Remainder is mishmashinal. They're irrational, 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 irrational. Remainder is mishmashinal. These numbers are irrational.
Your thorough appreciation of that song was considered a probabilistic certainty.
And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Prognosticate the problems and anticipate the answers, to terminate the errors and liberate our lives, to integrate ideas and dissipate disasters. We need a universal equation. We need a universal to obliterate the obstacles and eliminate mistakes, to invigorate invention and proliferate the perfect, to assimilate the archive and extrapolate its outcomes. We need the universal equation. We need the universal equation.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music. You have questions, Vicar Magsaysay has informed answers, as evidenced by another installment of Ask a Vicar. A listener asks, why am I so bored? I am always bored. In fact, I'm bored now.
An honest question begging for an honest answer. Numerous studies have shown that boredom is inversely proportional to intelligence. Normally, I would suggest a variety of mathematical puzzles and problems to increase your profundication, but I don't see that as the best solution in your case. Instead, I recommend the following. Purchase a small rubber ball and learn to bounce it. Best of luck to you. If you're feeling anxious about what's next, just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
It's not enough to say you think so without defending your position. We won't accept a hunch or feeling, an idea based on intuition. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it, just deduce it. A proof is a deducible argument that removes any confusion. For a mathematical equation, logically guaranteeing the conclusion. Using inference and logic to cover all the bases, and with reason and deduction, so it's always true in all possible cases. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it, just deduce it. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it, just deduce it. Show us how it works. What's a basic proof? Let's show how it works. Here's a basic proof. The sum of two even numbers, this you can believe in. The sum of two even numbers always comes out even. A proof, a very proven proof.
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus.
Healthy food can be grown in soil, but even healthier food can be grown in a laboratory. 100% Fabwich. Our Fabwich packaging is as airtight as any proof by the charismatic mathematician.
From the Order of the Ascendant. Ever bear in mind, we are molecular machines, our bodies a tuft of atoms, our minds a result of chemical reactions, our lives predestined along paths clear only in retrospect. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish. Invaders.
Every scientician yearns to visit the archive on Callisto. One day, it will process all patients.
Not to worry, Agent. My patients are holding together.
Your eyes pierce mine like an eye. Morning by, I felt it in my new life. You're upside.
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait, look! Someone just came up via the lift. It must be unlocked.
We'd love to help, but not as much as we prefer to leave. Plan guide you.
It never remained constant. It was impossible to decrease. Caught in a catalyst, leading to combustion. Joined in a synthesis, a flawless combination of this fatal attraction.
Reckon the Order teaches this flair for the dramatic to Alderseers? Or is he a special case?
Setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your
Were we destined to a faulty form of passion? When we talked about the role of oxygen,
Let the wise among us know that nothing occurs Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. Time
in our dynamic process, the temperature increased. It never remained constant. It was impossible to decrease. Caught in a catalyst, leading to combustion. Stuck in entropy, from chaos to decomposition.
listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice. Prepare for profundity. The moment's at hand for another installment of Ask a Vicar with Vicar Makes Sci-Sci. A listener asks, why did the Order split from the Protectorate? Well, this is certainly a well-worn question. Must be from a...
Void it all! I told him he wasn't going to make it! Roger always said he wanted his... Hey, body's not even cold yet! Show a little Can any of this really be in service to the universal equation, which is Sears' claim?
Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar recognized this early. Empirical evidence was copious. We parted ways with the Protectorate just as Auntie's Choice began their invasion of Arcadia. An invasion we predicted, yet it took our Protectorate colleagues by surprise. Clear proof the Sovereign had lost sight of the grand plan, that he'd become encumbered by delusions of godhood, distracted by grief, obsessed with the rifts. He failed to foresee the real threat of corporate incursion, while his consul increased the browbeating of their subjects into ideological submission. Without the guidance of the grand plan and the matriarch's original vision, the Protectorate was lost. We did not abandon them. They abandoned the plan.
Stay tuned for what follows. Consistency in your work.
Nice of Sir Wiley to leave us this night light. Sorry. Rejuvenation device.
Got some bad
That
company.
device may be the
deciding
factor whether you live or die in the near future.
Unless you can expedite hemostasis and fill up radiant tissue on your own within a fraction of a second.
No. But I have been told my pain tolerance exceeds normal thresholds.
Troublemaker approaching.
Found another one.
Mine's a hostile.
I knew there'd be a high probability of fighting, but I didn't think. Let's find so we have an accurate head count later.
Beginning field.
Check out that junction box. Bet I know it's gonna be useful.
Spy, move!
2, 3, 5, 8.
May all solutions precede problems. Curious and unconclusive. Terminating unproductive activity. Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
I did need to scrub down before.
the velocity of light through the vacuum of space on our primary band, this is Grand Plan Wireless. Informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism.
Abbot Newell here to impart a message of significant value, conveyed to me by Alexandra Monastery's most trusted conjecturer, Seer Wiley. To all those tossed hither and thither by war's perilous fluctuations, the Order invites you to seek stability and shelter in Matriarch's mercy. I humbly return you now to the previously scheduled program. This is Abbot Newell of Alexandra Monastery, signing off. How was that, Wiley? What?
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
In closing,
Further beneficial content soon.
Combatant scanned.
Warning. Instructions that are improper. Something distractions should never
Do not worry when things become complicated. You went to school and studied, then matriculated. There's no need to suffer from perplexity in the face of a source of large complexity.
Huh. I'd have expected better cable management from the Order.
Complexity is partially imaginary. No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay very wary. We have tools to tame high-order equations. They are useful in problematic
Grand Architect's perspiring brow, if you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time, scientific advancement should not come at the cost of the grace and dignity of innocent life. Armed conflicts are not the inevitability.
Anchorites, be warned. Any conversation with these two may prove pedantic.
I'm aware of the errors of his methodology, but Long's overall... Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. And how do you We're going in circles again. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. You're in luck. When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer. But do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more... Augustine? I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Augustine was obsessed with the rift.
Oh, yeah? And how'd she react?
Well, she hasn't returned. Apologies, but gossip doesn't... I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to. Good for him. What my colleague I do hope no one's been hurt, though. I see. That is much...
complexity is partially you can handle it if you stay very wary. Complexity is partially
friends, on some hindrance, deterrence, and obviation. Keep on. those pivotal impediments won't preclude themselves.
Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.